Hi, Gemini. This is a general reading for the sign of Gemini. If you have Gemini anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, this week, the moon will be in the last quarter phase in Libra. We will experience a strong need for balance and harmony. And in an attempt to find that balance and harmony, or to find that peace, we may find ourselves not asking the hard questions. The hard questions that we ask of ourselves, and also the hard questions that we ask of others that are involved in our lives. The third quarter moon is a wonderful time to practice self-care, and then it will move into the waning crescent phase, and that is a perfect time to practice forgiveness. I really do believe that that is a beautiful energy bringing in this new year. So do take time this week to treat yourself. I will post in the description box a simple relaxation technique that I like to use, and really find time to really treat yourself. Visit the description box and see if that might be something that you would like to try this week. This week, this week, Mercury also goes direct in Taurus, and our thoughts will shift to a more methodical and practical perspective, and we will find ourselves seeking or trying to bring logic and order into our lives. And the foundation, the basis of this reading is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups just lets us know that you are ready for a change. You are ready to start something new. And that change was brought on, or is going to be initiated by a gift, or a situation that you're not looking at as a gift. That I believe that there is a forced change coming your way, that maybe you're not wanting to make this change, or maybe you're feeling a little bit reluctant to make this change. And let's see how that plays out into the rest of our reading here, Gemini. And you start off with the Eight of Wands, and that Eight of Wands does indicate a sudden change bringing in a gift. And perhaps this gift involves a verbal agreement or a written agreement. And this change, this agreement, this contract, this change, you are going to see it eventually as the gift that it is. And I believe maybe there's a bit of confusion going on for you at this time, Gemini. Maybe a confusion of what to do, or what is the next step. And if I'm thinking back to maybe a reading that you had a week or two ago, I do invite you to check out that reading to see that reading. But we talked about learning to trust, and that quite possibly you're at a time, there's a situation where you're not in total 100% control, that there are others wanting or needing to make decisions for you. And there's been some difficulty in learning to trust. And so do visit that past reading to see how we can trust that this change, that this situation, that this agreement is going to bring about positive change into your life, even though it may not initially seem that way or be feeling that way to us at this time. And that may be, again, because of some confusion. And one way we can combat confusion is by having a solid plan. And we can build or create a solid plan by determining or seeing where we would like to go. Maybe take time to ask yourself, where do you see yourself? Where do you see your career this time next year? And when you have that solid vision, when you have that solid idea, kind of work backwards from there and work backwards in determining the steps on what needs to happen in order for you to see yourself in that space at this time next year. Really focus on what needs to be done. And I do see the key here for you in manifesting what it is that you're wanting to manifest in your career. The key is going to be keeping an eye on your budget, keeping an eye on the finances of it all. And I do believe that this past year, 2023, really was about learning to manage and learning to budget and learning how to make what we do have financially last. And I do believe that 2024 for you, Gemini, is going to be about putting in place and sticking to your budget. And in your home life, in your private life, in your personal life, there's another gift. And this is a spiritual gift, an emotional gift. Needing to make changes, wanting to make changes, to ignite a passion, a fire, a desire within you. And that passion and that desire helping you move forward into the next step, the next phase of your life. I really do believe that your gentle and generous nature has you surrounded by people that are wearing a mask, or perhaps you are wearing a mask as a protection. And again, I invite you to view your last few readings, but we have talked, especially over this last couple months, about not being true, about not being genuine with ourselves, or surrounding ourselves by people who are not being true, not being genuine in the relationships. And I think that this is causing you to question your relationships, or maybe there's a lack of excitement, a lack of passion in our relationships. And this is causing questions that have you seeking relationships, have you seeking companionships different than what you have been experiencing, are different than those that are surrounding you now at this time? Gemini, sometimes what happens is that we surround ourselves with like-minded people. And when we surround ourselves with like-minded people, we find ourselves lacking excitement and lacking passion. Excitement and passion often come from seeking or making friends with or having relationships with people that are different, with people that are opposite of us. And by learning and experiencing those that are different from us brings back passion and excitement, and really gives us a new perspective on life. And I really see you really reaching out, really seeking into finding different friendships, different relationships than what you have had currently or in the past. And here we have you really looking, really focusing in on beginning or starting something new. And I really do see as 2024 shaping up as you're making major changes in your career life and major changes in your home life, in your private life. And there's still that guardedness. Time to let our guard down and let the universe bring in the gifts that it would like to bring in for us this year, Gemini. Again, I see major changes in your home life. Perhaps a new family member, maybe a birth of a child, somebody in your inner circle, maybe getting married, maybe a sibling or somebody close in your inner circle be getting married or being married, or maybe bringing married into yourself. But I really do see it as being a time of happy home, making changes that will bring in a happy home life. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Gemini. Thank you, Gemini, and you have a blessed week.